Yo! King of the Pit TV. Signing in. Alice in Chains, the MTV Unplugged session, including the actual videos. We got 13 tunes. This was recorded when? 1996. I'm looking forward to this one. It was recommended on the Patreon by my friend Gary. Gary, thank you for your patience for this. We're going to jump straight in. I am looking forward to this because as far as Alice in Chains are concerned, I think so far, regarding the 90s, Alice in Chains has been my favourite band of the bunch. We've listened to a lot of great 90s bands, but I really have enjoyed some moments of the Alice in Chains journey we've been on. I mean, arguably, Nirvana are better, but well, let's take them out of the conversation for a moment, you know? I think Alice in Chains, as far as like this grunge, this alternate rock element that existed within the 90s, I think this band's my favourite of the bunch. And in particular, I really like Jar of Flies, and I like their acoustified sound on that. So I think we've got a lot of good stuff coming up. Starting with Nutshell, track number 1, let's go. Shall I make myself a bit smaller for you, yeah? I mean, people, like, honestly, I think I'm ahead of the curve here. Like, maybe my naivety is serving as a problem with what I'm about to say. But I just want to say fuck every guitarist that went against me when I said this initially and made out that I was stupid, right? I used to perform a lot, singer-songwriter. Had an electroacoustic such as what we're hearing now. And I posed the question, considering we're plugging the guitar in anyway, why don't we just perform? Getting a call for, I'll get that in a bit. Considering we're performing through a PA system anyway, at least, why can't we just play a clean electric guitar? Easier to play. If anything, the tone is better. Because an electroacoustic does not sound like an acoustic guitar. It sounds shit! And then, of course, all these fucking idiots in the comments are just like, spot the tone, bro. The tone, blah, 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 blah. Bruh, in my world, a clean electric guitar sounds better than a plugged-in electroacoustic. That electroacoustic does not sound like an acoustic guitar the moment it's plugged in. Sounds like an electroacoustic. And that's my rant over and done with. But I hold a lot of hate in my heart for these fucking idiots who started coming out of the woodwork and implying that I'm a dumbass because, oh, you need this tool for this particular circumstance. Electroacoustics sound shit. That's basically what I'm trying to say. They sound bad. They sound bad. Now, I'm not here to start putting this down because I'm looking forward to this experience. And it's not going to sound bad to the point of it being a problem. But it does not sound anywhere as near as good as an organic guitar. So in my world, if I wanted to optimize a live recording, if I wanted to optimize a live performance and have them sound their best, I would take the guitarist and I would have them perform and amplify through the microphones being held to the guitar as opposed to them being plugged in by a lead, and have us manipulate this frequency through, you know, all that technological crap. I don't know much about the tech side of things, so I'm going to just, you know, mumble and bumble on that. But as far as what my ears pick up, That's my rant over and done with. That's my rant out. That was me attacking fans and supporters of the electroacoustic. Sound like shit. Sound like shit. They're hard to play. The limited range. Just get a clean electric guitar. That's it. I won't hear any counter arguments. This guy is the same archetype as Chester Bennington. Same archetype. We've got the Friends font here. The Central Perk font. With that being said, the acoustified bass guitar does sound pretty neat. I can't describe how powerful this song is. I'm fighting this battle all alone. For an addict describes the struggling heart. I bet many people out there know that feeling, right? Especially if you're a man, yeah? No one's here to save you. It's fucking shit. And yet I find if I can be mine, I feel better there. Very tasteful. Great song. Great energy, great atmosphere. Something about that and the record as to which it derives from brings me back to a younger self when I was listening to, you know, more alternate rock bands that weren't afraid to add a little bit of the depresso espresso in the mix, you know. And it takes me back to that canvas of musical interest I was pulling inspiration from at that particular time. That's a great tune. We've got Brother Coming up next, track number 2. See you there. Yes, now, bless now. King of the Pit TV signing in. Alice in Chains. The live MTV Unplugged session. Track 2 of 13 is the title, Brother. Let's go. That was Pantera, Vinnie Paul. Brother Dime. It's the bottom half of a G chord. Played up a tone. The candles make it look like a seance. I do like the lava lamps. Lava lamps are underrated. I just want to see this nod people are referencing. I got an issue! I don't like bands reading from lyric sheets. I paid my hard-earned money to come and witness you perform. Are you telling me that you can't even remember your own lyrics? I can't be doing with that. That's one thing I can't be doing with. A classic moment where that bit me in the ass is when I went and saw the Specials, and Terry was reading from a lyric section, and unbeknownst to anybody in that crowd at that particular time, he was actually dying, and I think he passed away no more than a year from then. So I guess I'll allow that as an excuse. All right, I'll allow that as an excuse, and I don't say that with any degree of disrespect. Special's one of my favourite bands, but I felt a bit bad, to be honest with you, because I very, very heavily criticised his usage of lyrics during that particular event. Rest in peace to Terry Hall. Is it Terry Hall, yeah? Underrated as a punk rock genius, no doubt. Boom, boom. A 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. The unplugged sessions really bring out the blues foundation in the music they created. Nope! There's no blues. The lead guitar solo here and there, yeah, pentatonic, might throw the blues note in there. But, you know, this isn't blues. Very good. Very good. That bell sounds really good. Fantastic. Fantastic. Very good. Very good indeed. Very good indeed. We've got No Excuses coming up next, which is a good number. I'm looking forward to this one. See you there. Yes now. Bless now. King of the Pit TV. Alice in Chains, the MTV Unplugged session. We're on track number 3, which is No Excuses. Which, if I am correct, is one that reminds me of like the Spyro soundtrack. This entire list of rule goes out to Gary, the man, the legend, the 90s connoisseur himself, who recommended this over on the Patreon. Let's go.
Well,
Pardon me?
We've been waiting a long time to play this show, and I'd like to thank you all for coming out to see it. It means a lot to us, and we're going to have a good time, play some good songs for you. The song's called No Excuses. It's alright. There comes a time. Got no patience to search for peace of mind. Laying low, wanna take it slow. No more hiding, no disguising, true side soul.
Great lead guitar. I love the groove. Drummer from start to now been impeccable on the timing. Sounds like a click track. I love it.
Find me sitting by myself, no excuses that I know.
Great performance. Great tune. Great drumming. Them ghost notes. The timbre of the kit itself. The way it's been mixed. Post-production. Really good. Great sound. Great sound. Great sound. Catchy bass line as well. Boom, boom, ba-na-na-na-na. We got Sludge Factory coming up next. See you there. Yes. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. Alice in Chains, MTV Unplugged at the 1996 live session. Track 4 of 13 is entitled Sludge Factory, not to be confused with Budgie Factory. Okay, let's go. I like budgies. I do like budgies. Little budgery guy, yeah? Ba-da-ba.
We're allowed a couple of those. It's been a while. You guys just get to hear more, that's all. How these things go.
He says while toking on a cigarette there. Stressful times ahead.
What are you guys looking at, man?
What's my motivation here?
That's a gas, that. Great excuse to get a little bit of back and forth crowd participation, which we haven't had up until this point. You know, showing a bit of that we're human, that we're all human is incredibly engaging. It's really good. Quite a heavy number. Quite a heavy number. Everybody gassing the guitar. It's just like, we all need a friend like him. Blah, blah, blah. Bruh. Maybe you slapped him behind closed doors. Who knows? You can't judge a character based on one or two actions. You need to see the whole picture, my friend. Down in a Hole is coming up next. Yes! There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, signing in. Alice in Chains, MTV Unplugged. Not to be confused with MTV Butt Plugged, alright? I actually heard that MTV is coming to an end. Or at least I saw it within my peripheral as I scoured the internet for my fix of psychosis. Down in a Hole is track number 5 of 13 on the MTV Unplugged recording of AIC. Alright. This time listen through goes out to my friend Gary. We got Gay Boy outside, bezzing his car about. Anyone who soups the car up to be louder, they should be banned. They should be put down a hole. In a hole. I hate loud cars, people. I hate loud cars. Why am I into music? I'm into music because I've got a strong sense of hearing. I find pleasure in audio, right? I'm very, very sensitive to noise pollution. So, anyone who drives a loud car purely for the sake of it being loud, i.e., it's overcompensation. Like, we're not going to take it on a psychological route, but it's overcompensation. But the fact that you have to do that and infringe on my peace for the sake that you want to use this third-party medium to showcase some degree of worth and value in who you are, I think you should be sent to the Antarctic. Down in a hole. Bury me softly in its womb. I give this part of me for you. Jason says the best and saddest Unplugged of all time. Man, what a voice. If anything, I'm kind of annoyed that it's called MTV Unplugged when they're all plugged in. That's called false advertising right there. That shouldn't be allowed. Vote me in to be the leader of the world, people. I'll put an end to loud vehicles. I'll put an end to electroacoustics. I'll put an end to calling a plugged-in instrument unplugged. Okay? You with me? You with me, people? And with that being said, I actually brought this up to make a comment. He says, the best and saddest Unplugged of all time. Nope! That was me. in my early 20s, when I had had too much to drink to the point of being paralytic, going through relationship troubles in my bedsit apartment. Yes, that was the best and saddest Unplugged of all time. So let me just clarify that, people. I love the phrasing of that. Down in a hole and I don't know if I can be saved. Perfect. Great writing. Great writing. See my heart I decorated like a grave. Not the greatest lyric to follow up with. Ba-da-dum.
Feeling so small. Down
Brilliant. Very good. Great lyricism. Great lyricism. Great elevation in the chorus. Let's keep going. Angry Chair coming up next. Yes. See that? Yes, no. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. Angry Chair. Not to be mistaken for Happy Chair, Joyful Chair, Sorrowful Chair, Nonchalant Chair, or anything of the like. Definitely not to be mistaken with Stoic Chair or Content Chair. This is the Angry Chair, alright? We're listening to Alice in Chains, MTV Unplugged, recording 1996. Let's jump in. That was Metallica, that wasn't it? Doodaloo, doo doo doo, diddaloo doo doo doo, doo 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 doo, da 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 da. What's that, Battery?
Gloom, despair, and agony on me. Deep, dark depression, excessive misery. If it weren't for bad luck, I have no luck at all. Gloom, despair, and agony on me. Come on, Randy, get on that tuning shit, man. Let's get with it.
Sitting on an angry chair, angry walls that steal the air. Stomach hurts and I don't care. What do I see across the way? See myself molded in clay. Oh, stares in the air, I'm afraid. Changing the shape of his face. Oh, yeah. Candles red, I have a pair. Shadows dancing everywhere. Burning on the angry chair. Lit up one made a mistake.
I'd like to see the list of MTV Unplugged recordings, because I only thought it was just this bunch and Nirvana, but someone said Queensryche. Someone says, well, did Kiss do one? Seaver, there's a whole bunch. I had no idea. Pearl Jam. Did we watch Pearl Jam Unplugged? We might have watched, or at least we might have listened to the album. Rat did one as well. Holy crap. What? Nothing other than this one and Nirvana really sort of gets pushed into the forefront.
Big cloud is now turned to gray. Oh, all that I want is to play. Get on your knees, time to pray. Oh, I don't mind, yeah. I don't mind, yeah. Lost my mind, yeah. Can't find it anywhere.
corporate prison we stay. I'm a dull boy, work all day, so I'm strung out anyway. Loneliness is not a phase. Field of hate is where I graze. Serenity is far away. Saw my reflection and cried. So little hope that I died. Oh, creepy eyes open wide. Weight of my heart, not the size. Oh, I don't mind. I don't mind. Lost my mind. Can't find it anywhere. Pink powder's now turned to gray. All that I want is to play. Get on your knees, time to pray, boy.
All right. We've listened to 6 tunes from this recording so far, and external to this particular recording, we're talking about the actual songs. That is the worst song of the bunch. I don't like Angry Chair. I don't like it. All right, that one's not for me. That one's not for me. Give me some chords. I don't want the riffage. I don't want the bends. I don't want that. That being said, it was tight. Well composed. Not shitting on the performance, people. It's a good performance, but as far as actual songs are concerned, I'm not a fan of that song. It just doesn't please me. But we've got a song I do like coming up next. Here comes the rooster. I like this number coming up. We got Rooster, track number 7. Hold on. Yes, now, bless now. Don't forget to rest now. King of the Pit TV. Alice in Chains, the MTV Unplugged recording from 1996 is recommended and devoted to my friend Gary over there on the Patreon. This one's Rooster. I do like this number. Probably my favourite Alice in Chains tune, to be fair with you. I do like this song. Let's jump in. I know I'm not alone in saying it's a good one, do you know? This guy says, I'm 14 years old. I'm so happy my parents named me after this legend. He's called Lane. For a moment, I thought it was called Rooster. The sadness of watching someone literally in the throes of dying from addiction, yet delivering one of the best live performances in history. Hate to bring the energy down, people, here, but we're all dying, all right? So be grateful with what you got and approach any artist, any individual, anyone in your life through the same lens, okay? Appreciate who you have and who they are, okay? Streetlight says, God bless the people struggling with battles that go unnoticed. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth, you know? Ain't that the truth?
Ain't found a way to kill me
Love that bass line.
No safe bet. The bullets scream to me from somewhere. Here they come to snuff the rooster. Yeah, here comes the rooster. Yeah. No, he ain't gonna die. No, no, no. You know he ain't gonna die.
Do 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 do.
They come to snuff the rooster. Yeah, here comes the rooster. Yeah, you know he ain't gonna die.
Apparently he fucking idiot. Someone says he OD'd 2 weeks later, but then someone corrected him, says he died 6 years after.
No, no, no. You know he ain't gonna die. Walking tall machine gun man. They spit on me in my homeland.
I love and detest that lyric. Machine gun man, they spit on me in my homeland. Ain't that relatable, eh? You know? Without taking into consideration the literal meaning of what he's put that lyric to paper for. That's what it's like over in England right now, you know? At face value, you know, without looking deeper into the lyrics. So that's a powerful lyric right there. As far as governmental forces are concerned, you know?
Got my pills against mosquito death.
Did you know only a couple of days ago, supposedly, right, they have stopped, or at least the police over here have stopped charging or looking into non-crime hate crimes? The fuck? Non-crime, people getting locked up for putting hurty words on the internet. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not in support of that, but I'm in support for people saying whatever the fuck they want to say. And you best believe it's only one demographic who's getting arrested. People like me, alright? So I detest that disgusting and the, you know, those whom are enforcing these things should be completely ashamed of themselves, you know?
Breathing his dying breath. Oh God, please, won't you help me make it through? Here they come to snuff the room.
Whilst we're just on that topic, I'll just put this You know, I lie half of the time. I just make stuff up, all right? I don't really mean anything I say. But they're putting into effect a particular form of identification over here, and they are trying to stir up a degree of conflict in order for it to make sense. How far it's going to go, I don't know. They've poked and prodded at the public for some time, but, you know, I don't know what's to be expected. Maybe a false flag of sorts, right, to enforce what they need to in due time. I'm getting out of this place, trust me. I got my plan. Prison Planet. When I say people like me, I don't mean people who share my same values, but people who, you know, share my demographic, you know. Put some respect on the British for tonight, people. Come on. Living in the dystopian hellhole of the 2020s onwards. Put some respect on us. I'm moving to the third world, me. Better quality of life. That was Rooster. Lyrical creates room for discussion on a deeper level. All right. That's a great compliment. It's a great work of art. It's a powerful number. I like that tune. I do like that tune. That was Rooster. I like that tune a lot. We got Me Wrong coming up next, yeah? Yes, no, bless, no. There's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV, signing and listening to Alice in Chains. Reading material today. I've been going through introducing NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, for those who are wondering. Got my pink highlighter because I'm trying to educate myself on a few words that I wouldn't normally be able to understand. So that's been the aim of the game as far as the comprehension is concerned over the past day or two, learning about mapping and framing and modeling and hypnosis, mass hypnosis, and what an enjoyable journey it's been. This is track number 8 of 13. We're listening to the MTV Unplugged Ting-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling by Alice in Chains. This title through goes out to my very good friend Gary, the 90s connoisseur over on the Patreon. We're ranting and raving. I can't promise anything, but I'll try not to go on a dystopian English tangent from here on in. Alright, we're not talking any more politics unless it's funny. Alright, let's ignore the bullshit. And I like the Buddha. Let's elevate one's frequency to a position of joy, gratitude, and enlightenment. Yes. No more low frequencies. Let's go. I mean, that's hard to believe considering we're watching an addict sing about being addicted to shit. But hopefully the non-congruence creates an art form in itself.
As of now, I've been
gonna start hating. In the related videos, yeah, because people love a title. We've got Therapist Reacts to Grunge. Oh my god, I need to know what somebody who is qualified in therapy thinks. And then we've got The Charismatic Voice. Alice in Chains reaction and analysis by vocal coach / opera singer. Oh! Showing another therapist nutshell. Oh, titles. Titles. Oh, let me bow down to you. Here, I'm elevating you, the listener, right? I don't care if you're a bin man. I don't care if you're unemployed. I don't care if you're CEO of a company, yes. Music and art is subjective. Your opinion is as valuable, unique, and knowledgeable than anyone who tries to suck you in with these marketing methods, this manipulation, saying, my opinion is worth more than the next person because I'm a music teacher. Fuck them! You have a right to your own opinion, and you should not pedestalize and elevate people based on metrics that does not concern the perception of the art form. Their opinion is meaningless. My opinion is meaningless. We have different opinions, and that's why we can meet together and converse. That's all I'm saying. I hate that thing because you see it with podcasts, and I know it works. It's psychology, but you'll see like a podcast, and instead of using the name of the individual, instead of giving credit to the government there, it's a straw man created on birth. If you want to be legitimate, like their name doesn't really mean anything either, if we want to be real. But if they go by the name of John Smith, these podcasters will say John Smith speaks on what John Smith is known to speak on. John Smith speaks on politics. But instead the podcaster will manipulate you by saying political analyst comments on politics, because then that influences the people to believe that they've got something of value to say purely based on this title. We've been manipulated into believing that titles are synonymous with value, and we shouldn't perceive it that way. Do you know how many qualified, educated people I know who are fucking dumb? It means nothing. It means nothing. How many personal trainers, qualified level 3 certified personal trainers are there in the world? All they've done is ticked boxes and had a memory for the test they've needed to take. From there on, they know fuck all about training and how to get you in shape and how to save you from the nonsense. Let alone if it's a chemist or a pharmacist or a doctor or this, that and the third who's had to remember stuff that might not necessarily be in your best interest. A nutritionist per se, who's been told that you need to get a substantial amount of this and that, and you need to eat so many times a day, and you can't avoid a meal and all this and that, because it's good for the system for these people to be educated in such a manner that they give you this disinformation in order to prop up the pharmaceutical industry, to prop up the nutritional industry. Have you seen how this works? I'm putting you on game tonight, people. I'm putting you on the gospel tonight. I'm putting you on the gospel tonight. Everything we've been taught is a lie. Everything. I don't even exist. Everything is lie. Everything I tell you is bullshit. I make it up on the spot. It's not rooted in any form of truth. I don't even believe the things I say. That's my disclaimer, yeah, for when I say anything offensive. Right? But then again, that's a lie as well. Maybe it's not a disclaimer. What is the truth? My perception of reality is completely different to your perception of reality. Yeah? And in my reality, titles mean nothing. Come on now. Krishna consciousness tonight, people. La, 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 la. My man here, Jerry, he's got a right vocal when he elevates into that higher register and he lets the character of his voice shine a little bit more. I would argue that he sounds better in my ears than Lane, although Lane has a more unique voice, you know, so he's more marketable, a better selling point. But Jerry's got a more pleasing voice to my ears, I think. Whoever this guy is gets no props. He gets no props. Also, one thing about therapists is it's an admirable line of work, you know, and it's not easy to go get qualified and find employment within that particular realm due to, you know, the degree of knowledge one must have about the human mind. But I would never trust anybody whose qualification is one space away from the rapist. Is that not a magical spell to some degree? I love the melody to that. That one line, I love the melody to it. Brilliant. That was Got Me Wrong. Not a bad number. Not a bad number. Love the chorus section. Great performance. Great song length at 4 minutes 20. Let's move onwards. Hare Krishna, Heaven, Beside You, coming up next. Yes, now bless, now there's Rocksteady, King of Bit TV. Do not forget the rest now. These are my friends. I've got their backs. They are the closest thing to blood that I have. These are my friends. I've just been listening to an act called Black My Heart with their tune Thick as Blood. Ignorant. Heaven Beside You is title 9 of 13 on the MTV Unplugged 1996 Alice in Chains record. Our listen through goes out to the 90s connoisseur, the man, the legend himself. That's Gary G, man. Let's go. Thank you for your patience, Gary. What a pleasure this one has been. Really enjoyed going through this record. Or this performance, should I say. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-ba-ba-da. Is this a cover? It's not your traditional Alice in Chains vibe, is it? That vocal line. sounds like a Noel Gallagher vocal line.
Don't like what I see. Like the coldest winter chill. Heaven beside you, hell within. Like the coldest
It was composed by the bassist.
winter chill. Heaven beside you, hell within. Like the coldest winter will. Heaven beside you, hell within. And you think you have it still. Heaven inside you. So there's problems in your life. That's fucked up. I'm not blind. I'm just see-through faded, super jaded, out of my mind. Do what you wanna do. Go out and seek your truth. When I'm down and blue, rather be me than you. Like the coldest winter chill. Heaven beside you, hell within. Like the coldest winter chill. Heaven beside you, hell within. Like the coldest winter will. Heaven beside you, hell within. And you wish you had it still. Heaven inside you. So there's problems in your life. That's fucked up. I'm not blind.
I don't know the story behind the band, but this comment, let's all take a moment to thank Jerry. He stood by his best friend Lane through it all. Such great artists and friends. I've also, first comment, someone says, not quiet. He was dead for 2 weeks before his manager called his mother. Jerry had had enough. Not an indictment against him. It happens when addiction is involved, but he was done. Do you know what? I was actually going to have a loud mouth and say, put some respect on Jerry, because the moment anyone's a liability in my life, bro, I just shut them the fuck out. I'm like, can't be asked. So let alone if I'm in a band with you and this is the be all and end all for me, and you're there jabbing up and fucking off my aspirations and dreams to be a full-time touring musician, I'm going to be irate. I'm going to be annoyed. I'm going to be plotting on your downfall. Real talk. I'm going to be like, hey guys, should we be finding another vocalist when this guy pops his clogs? I say that in jest, of course. I do say that in jest. I can't put myself in the shoes of someone else, but low key, like if I had attained a great degree of success in this band and the leading force is like in the state Lane is, my head would probably be doing backflips. How do we effectively sort of maneuver in this position, you know? Shade Runner, yes, he absolutely did. Everyone in the band did, but Lane just shut them all out. Jerry and the rest of the band and Lane's all tried many times to help support him, but he can't help someone. So where did Lane's issue come from? Did he have a tumultuous childhood or something? You know, where was this behaviour rooted? He was depressed and extremely addicted to drugs. Bro, we're in Drug Central at the moment because we listened to Elliott Smith just before this. And he had a thing, didn't he, with drugs. Problem is, Nah, there is no problem. It's crazy. It's crazy. I was going to relate it to an artist thing, but you don't have to be an artist to have vices, do you? You know, you don't have to be an artist to easily fund vices. You know what I mean? You can get a part-time job and fucking do whatever you want, really, can't you? You don't have to be a touring musician. It's a taste of something new. You could tell there was a different writing procedure with that one, and people saying that the bassist wrote that, so he must not write too many of the tunes. It was all right. Vocally, I thought, like, lyrically it'd be written as well. Maybe the bassist wrote the lyrics as well. But when the chorus comes in, you know it's Alice in Chains. But on that initial verse section, that introductory verse, it, you know, didn't necessarily sound like them too much. We've got Wood coming up next, but not that kind of Wood. King of the Pit TV, Alice in Chains, MTV Unplugged 1996. This is Wood. It's the title number 10 of 13 in the sequence of songs performed at this particular event. When I say wood, I mean wood as in would you do it? Not wood as in the wood you cut from a tree, okay? Not Sudo Woodo, the Pokemon, okay? Not anything else. Let's go. Who's allowed the bassist to throw a little bit of gain on that? It's supposed to be unplugged! Does this sound like an unplugged instrument? What? False marketing. I can't be doing with the false marketing. This has got to be one of the greatest acoustic performances ever, says Brad Thomas. Somebody has got to be contrary in this response. Let's find out. Anyway, I'm being finicky. I'm just trying to have a bit of a laugh with you. Don't worry about it. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. Back then,
So I made a big mistake.
Drummer's jamming out on this one, eh? Boom, boom, boom. Bruh, Alice in Chains and James Hetfield have done this. The heck? Very good. That's a classic, isn't it, that one? That's a classic number. Somebody said it sounds better than the version on Dirt. I do disagree. It's a great song, but the power of the you know, the studio version is a fearful weapon, right? We've got Frogs, longest track on the record, coming up next at a major whopping 7 minutes. Ribbit, King of the Pit TV. Track 11 and 13 on Alice in Chains' MTV Unplugged performance is Frogs. Not Frags. Little Fraggle. Not Frigs or Frugs, but Frogs. A lot of them come very close to sounding like some sort of slur. I'm not going to lie to you people. I was just jumping through the alphabet there, just hoping to dear God I didn't end up saying something I didn't want to say. Let's go. Although in its own way, you know, frogs is a derogatory term for people in some part of the world, so I guess by default it already is. I won't say where because I don't want to influence you naughty people. Alright, class is in session, we don't mess around here. I hate this. We've seen this comment get rehashed a million different times across this because people are just like, and they're all trying to take ownership for it. Damien Scott says, watching this whole Unplugged show is like visiting someone's funeral while he is still alive. 5.8k thumbs up. I hope this is the original comment that everyone's stealing from, because if he's just pinched it himself, reframed it, and then utilized it as his own, that is sick. But this is the boldest statement referencing that, so quite possibly this is where everybody else is stealing it from in the earlier videos. TF126 says, why these guys aren't in the Hall of Fame is beyond me. Pure symbol of the grunge era. Truth be told, being put in a Hall of Fame means naff all. Let's be real. It means naff all. Getting a trophy means nothing. Coming first means nothing. Don't fall for the illusion, people. Don't fall for the illusion. Don't fall for the illusion. Don't fall for the awards. Don't fall for... Do you know when you buy a book and on there it says, what do they call it? A something bestseller. Number one, New York Times bestseller. It's all manipulation. None of it actually matters. It's all forced. Yes. Music charts, top 40 charts, top 10 charts. It's all bought for, it's all botted, it's all paid for. When you go on YouTube and you see a pop artist's new music video or an up-and-coming artist who's just happened to get signed by a major label and you're seeing all of the views and all of the comments, it's all smoke and mirrors. Let me tell you that. It's all smoke and mirrors. All of it. Truth be told. Truth be told. It's all about manipulating the people's perception. Talk to me about it. If there's any... there's no better time to play a natural harmonic on a guitar than when we're in a nice acoustified soundscape. No better time. Bing! Furious One says Staley and Cantrell were like the Plant and Page of the 90s grunge scene. What? No flipping way. And I'm not even saying that to, elevate one before the other, to pedestalize one over the other. Robert Plant and Jimmy Page don't have much in common with what we're hearing now. Shall we have a look at the replies? Look at this. So it poses a question afterwards. I wonder if we'll see anything like it again. And then somebody says, someone has to actually make rock music first. And I'm torn. Part of me says rock is over because we don't have the type of people who'd make rock. Everyone is too sensitive and uptight and narcissistic and obsessed with perfection and beauty. You can say all you want about rock and roll, but not ever has the notion of vanity and narcissism been interlocked with rock music. That's not what rock is. What? What you... Well, that's nonsense, is it not? Let's take it back a decade. To the hair rockers and the glam rockers and the stadium rockers. Let's take it back to the 70s. With your flipping leotards and your flamboyancy. The other part of me thinks I'm beginning to see a rebellious undertone on the come up. Take a bunch of people who are ostracized from the woke society and are shunned as improper and stick guitar in their hand and put them in an arena full of folks who feel the same, and maybe we get something on the next grunge movement. One that doesn't care about likes or selfies or being woke. And do you know what? It's an inside job, that whole woke thing, because initially when the term woke was being used, now some people might link it to African American culture, I think. I've seen some people refer to it as that, but when I started seeing woke being used initially, it was in relation to, you know, critical thinkers, those who question, you know, I'm awake, I'm not asleep in this system, I see what others don't see, and it's my job to awaken the masses. That's what woke initially was being utilized for. But then for some strange reason, someone linguistically manipulated the word to be utilized for people who are like left-leaning and progressive, politically speaking, which is weird. Do you know what I mean? That wasn't initially... It's stupid. I think it's stupid to refer to people with the politics as woke anyway. Like, there's no correlation. I don't get that. I do not get that. It's complete manipulation of what the term was initially used for. I also think it makes people look soft for using that term. It's like, come on. Like, the whole left-wing, right-wing paradigm is stupid enough as it is. Do you know what I mean? We're just fighting against each other. We should only care about up and down, not left or right. Do you know what I mean? It's complete nonsense. Look at this. So one that doesn't care about likes or selfies or being woke and decides to disconnect from the web, dress like crap on purpose and are intentionally unwoke, could very well be the next culture shift. You see, this is where it becomes just nonsense, because what do you mean dress like crap on purpose? So it's a facade. There's no organic value. There's no... When it comes to art, in my personal opinion, especially if you watch a real artist develop over time, what happens is the artist becomes more honest to oneself. It's less about appealing to others. It's more so about being true to one's spirit. And naturally they appeal to a broader market as they succeed, or at least they make an art form that connects better to other human beings, because we all share that depth of, you know, emotional value within oneself. Whereas when we first start, we might try shroud that, we might try to put a mask on or a persona and be someone we're not. Do you know? So I think the most organic degree of art is one that is incredibly honest, and that honesty is admirable. It frightens some people, it stirs envy in some people, stirs jealousy in some people, as they see that artist and that art form as a mirror to who they wish they were but aren't. As that mirror shows what they are repressing in themselves that they don't like about themselves, so they project that hate onto the art form or the artist and create this emotional fanaticism. Hate it or love it, the bottom line is that person is paying attention to the artist. They're a fan. An old friend of mine, by the way, Fav, if you've only just come across this, and an old friend of mine used to be, if not still is, the gardener for Robert Plant, and Robert Plant gave him a Les Paul guitar. But he didn't know that. Bing bong. Good outro. Really good outro. Good utilization of the microphones. You don't see that often, do you? With that being said, though, it was a bit of a bland number. It wasn't my favourite Alice in Chains number, you know. It was hypnotic in a sense, but I want a bit more. Give me a melody. Give me a melody. We got Over Now coming up next. King of the Pit TV. Track 12 of 13 on the MTV Unplugged 1996 session by Alice in Chains is entitled Over Now. This title listen through goes out to the 90s connoisseur themselves. Gary, thank you very much for the recommendation, Gary. Let's jump in, shall we? This is track 12, Over Now. Here we go. Up the tempo. Come on now. Sounds a bit out of key, but probably by design. La da 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 da. Good riff in it. Ba da 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 da. Ba da. How's that for an outro, eh? Great modulation to finish off on. Very tasteful outro. I thought that was great. That was really good. That was a good tune, that. Ba-da-da-da. Very catchy number. Let's finish this record off then. The Killer Is Me to finish off. See you there. Yes, now, bless now, people. Don't forget to rest now. Des Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV signing in and signing out on the very last number on this MTV Unplugged session. It's Tyler Who's gone to the 90s connoisseur themselves. Gary, thank you for the recommendation, my man. The Killer Is Me is the last track. Let's go. Little encore, maybe.
The senator don't love no drug program. You been a dopehead for 30 years. The senator don't like no women. He prefers young boys in leather.
La da 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 da.
Need a gun pointed at me. Need to run. Killer is me. Killer is me. So the sun shines upon me, having fun. Killer is me, insane the mind. In the name of me, can't find the time to let things be. Insane the mind.
It reminds me of someone, but who? That vocal.
In the name of me, can't find the time.
Who does he sound like? It's not Kurt, is it?
Let things be. Let things be.
Let things be.
And I start over. And I start over and get over it. So the sun shines upon me, having fun. Killer is me. Killer is me. Killer is me.
Does sound a bit like Kurt on them lower frequency bits. Am I wrong?
Can I start over?
Oh yeah. Can I start over? There's no studio version. Fascinating.
Thank you.
Thanks. That was really fun.
I wish I could just hug you all, but I'm not gonna.
Alice in Chains would like to thank the following people: friends, family, crew, Silver Management, Columbia Records, MTV, girlfriends, house pets, general acquaintances, doctors, lawyers, flight attendants, hairstylists, dance instructors, psychic friends, dog trainers, circus freaks, street vendors, and lawn care professionals. That was good. That was good. I'm going to do my final video now, and I'll tell you what I thought of this as a... Well, no, I needn't really. Let's just finish it off here, yeah? I'm going to talk to it. I'm not going to do a separate video for it because we're not going to treat it like a record of its own. It's a record of them performing their own material in a live setting, so I'm not going to treat it as a project as such. But that was a really good session, and there was a substantial amount of material in there. Initially going in, I thought 13 tracks. It's not going to be the longest session of all time, but they are healthy songs. You know, generally we're over 4 minutes per song, touching over 5 minutes in an incredibly frequent basis. There's a lot of material on here. I've been recording for 1 hour 51. You know, so great amount of material, good performance. You know, it's kind of funny because everything I need to say has been said during the process of this experience. Great sound, great bass lines. The clean approach to these songs allows you to really understand what each member brings to the act, you know, whereas if you've got like a studio produced record, you're going to hear the guitar, you're going to hear the vocal line, and you're going to hear a beat, whereas this allows you to understand the technical prowess of the drummer, who was phenomenal on this, dynamically speaking, ghost notes, the timbre of the drum sounded fantastic. We got a full insight with incredible clarity into the bass line, which was phenomenal, because, you know, sometimes the bass is hidden in the mix when we listen to the album. There's such an audacity of the record that we ignore the lower frequency, the bass frequency, you know, and we're too busy paying attention to the melody and the mid-range, if not that which pierced through the upper end. We rarely pay attention to the low end, unless we are, like, trained to do so. If we're a bassist ourselves, or if we're a little more musically inclined, your normal person might not do that. I thought this was a good performance. It was a good recording, and I'm just going to leave that there. I'll see you on the flip side. Peace, one love to my man Gary. Thank you.